The American red wolf is native to North Carolina, and we call it the American red wolf because it's the only canid or dog-like animal that is native solely to the United States. It's also the most endangered canid in the world. There is only about 8 to 15 of these guys left in the wild, and they are found only here in North Carolina. So the reason that the red wolf has gone extinct once and is on the verge of extinction again is all human related. They did not adapt to the influx of European settlers and the great influx of people to this part of the country. The North Carolina Zoo has been committed to saving the red wolf since 1995 when the North American section of the zoo opened. And shortly after that, we saw that there was a need to have more space for red wolves under human care. So we have a lot of space out here and we have a lot of land out here, and this is native habitat for the red wolves. So we were uniquely placed to build a large off-guest view breeding area. We can have up to 10 breeding pairs back there and raise puppies, and we've been very successful doing that. So here in Asheboro, North Carolina, where the North Carolina Zoo is, we have a local brewery called Four Saints Brewery, and they're very big advocates of the North Carolina Zoo and the work we do here for conservation. And quite frankly, there's a lot of employees are very big advocates of the brewery.
People knew that Wednesdays, the zoo crowd was going to be here, and they got done with work. They all came in here, and they all sat around the same table. And so it was really nice to see that. So because they came in every Wednesday, we got to know them, got to talk with them, and learn a little bit more about them. And Chris Lasher always talked about doing a beer for the red wolves, and the red wolves are something near and dear to his heart. He was always thinking about it, and so started talking about the beer. And we said, okay, we'll make a 7-barrel batch, and then we were like, well, why don't we push it a little bit more, and we can do something to help with the conservation program, and 10% of the sales will go to the conservation programs here at the North Carolina Zoo through the North Carolina Zoo Society, and Lowe's Foods is one of our customers, and said, well, that sounds great. We'd love to be a part of it. 35 Lowe's Foods across Triad, Triangle, Charlotte, and Hickory have all brought that beer in support of the North Carolina Zoo Society and wanting to support the Red Wolf Conservation Program.
The brewery supporting the North Carolina Zoo and the conservation we're doing is really important for the community of Asheboro and for North Carolina in general. And I love the fact that North Carolina Zoo, even though we're a state zoo, does support the local community of Asheboro, North Carolina also. And this is just one example of situations that happen all across the country with a lot of the partners that are working with the American red wolf in their institutions, that they're working with the community and they're raising awareness for these animals so people become more aware of the plight, and hopefully we'll do something about it.
When we decided that we were going to do a Red Wolf beer, we settled on the Red IPA. In that first sip, you're going to get some really nice citrus and piney notes. You're going to get that on the nose. As you're drinking it, there's going to be some bitterness on the back of your tongue. It clears off the palate really quickly, and you're left with kind of this slight malt sweetness, which comes from the caramel malts that Andrew uses in the beer to give it a little bit more of that red color.
Really, the biggest thing is bring awareness. Learn about why the red wolf is important to the ecosystem, why it deserves to have a spot here in Southeast United States where it was once prevalent, and spread that knowledge. Talk to other people, tell them that this is not a scary animal. This is an animal that deserves our protection, deserves to live its life out in its historical range, and actually makes our world healthier by being there.
When it comes to being a part of a project like the Red Wolf Red IPA that is very focused on being local, we did everything we could to, and we do on a regular basis, do everything we can to keep things as close to home as possible. And so to be able to be a small business that is supporting other small businesses, it's the only thing to us that makes sense. If we're not taking care of the whole picture, then none of the picture is going to get seen, and it's all going to go away. So, to spread the word that this one-time apex main predator is on the brink of extinction, and if we're going to care about a community, we've got to care about all of it. You can't just it's not just about the people; it's about the environment, and those animals are certainly part of it.
We should have pride in the fact that this is an all-American animal. This is an animal that ranks right up there with the bald eagle as an animal that is solely found in the United States, and we should look at as an icon and with pride and with patriotism for this species. And if you haven't heard of the American red wolf, go out there and look into it. Look at what it is and why it is important to us here in this part of the country, and help us do the work to save it.